You can't rush your healing. You can't rush your healing. Yesterday, I was listening to music and moving these boxes that are in our house around, and this song came on, and some of the lyrics were, "You can't rush your healing." And it just hit me so hard. There has to be a lot of healing when you gain weight, as much weight as I have, or let's say you're a chronic dieter or you suffer with an eating disorder. There's a lot of mental healing and growth to be done. And while everyone's process is not going to be the same, everybody's story is not the same, there's not a step-by-step template for every single person. Every person has to go through their steps, whatever their steps are, to go through the healing process, and you can't rush it. And I just think that it's such a profound thing that I never quite considered until listening to that beautiful song yesterday. I'll put the song down in the description below. Welcome to my channel, Wake Up Bright, where I share all of the things that help me live each day a little brighter. I'm April Lauren. I need to lose a little less than 150 pounds. And I wanted to start this month off, so it is 1 month into year 2 for me. I wanted to start this month off revisiting my very first video. My initial thought was that I would watch it and react to it, but as I started to watch it, one, I was just like, wow, I can't believe that this is where I was, in a good way, mentally. I feel like I had a template of answers. I don't feel like much has changed, and when I get to how I'm going to approach this year, you'll see that it's quite similar, I think. But I wasn't as shocked and horrified as I thought I would be. I wasn't as embarrassed as I thought I would be to watch me back. And I think it's because the things that I shared at that point, who I was at that point, I'm proud of her. I'm proud of the me I was when I turned on my camera and shared all of the things that were so embarrassing and so hard, but they were my reality. It was my life. And I didn't want to react to that. I just kind of want to keep it. So I'll tag that video up above. But I do want to share this continuing my weight loss, is what I'm going to call it. So last year I had starting my weight loss journey. This is continuing my weight loss, losing 200 pounds video. And I'm going to start with my reasons why. My whys motivate me. They give me strength, and it encourages me to stay the path when I don't feel like staying on it. My whys center me. They give me purpose. And I think having a solid list of whys, why you're doing what you're doing, is so important for success. Here are my whys. These are that. These are my why. I want to have children desperately, whether we have children naturally or we adopt. I want to have children, but I don't just want to have children. I want to be able to chase them around, and if they start running towards a street, I want to know that my body is not going to impair my ability to chase them and stop and protect them. Also, I want to be able to have the energy and the ability to live fully with them, as opposed to allowing my body to hold me back. Because last year, it hurt to do anything. Walking into the grocery store was full of pain. standing for any period over just a couple minutes caused me physical pain, and that taints the way that you look at the world, the way that you act. It's not a good, healthy place to be. And I want to make sure that I continue to lose this weight and that I am able to provide a loving home and parent my children without all of this excess weight. Can you hear Chipper drink her water bottle? Her water. Number 2, so that I won't be at such high risk. Currently, I am at high risk for so many different conditions. At my weight, even that I am now after I've lost over 50 pounds, I am at high risk when I go for a hike. Because if I roll my ankle or trip and fall, there's a lot more mass, a lot more weight coming down on my small frame. So I'm a lot more high risk for falls and breaking bones and so many things. And that if I do have illnesses, that I am at a healthier starting point than I am now. Number 3. Yesterday, when I heard that song, I was kind of dancing around our house, and I was noticing that I could move so much more and kind of into my body. I don't know how to describe it, but I still can't fully. I want to just be able to move freely without this weight that I have. And it's an amazing feeling. Every couple pounds I feel it. I feel relief in my body. And I want to feel like I can run as fast as I want to run. And so that I can run. The damage that I do to my body now just for being, the damage that I currently do to my joints and things like that, it's not good. And so the more weight I lose, the better that will be. And I'm here for it. I'm excited. I'm excited to continue. Number 4, this has been on my list. I want my husband to be able to pick me up. He enjoys picking people up. Also, it's a practical thing because if we were hiking together and I fell, at least this year I could support myself, so I know we could get to safety. Like, I am strong enough in the rest of my body. If I sprained my ankle, we would be able to get to where we were going. It might just take a long, long time. But also, if he absolutely had to, I would like to be at a weight where he could just help me. Number 5, so that I feel comfortable going rock climbing, which now I could not rock climb, but also like theme parks petrify me. I would like to get to the point where that doesn't, where like if we want to go to Disney, like I feel like I can go and I can ride rides and that I'm not going to be embarrassed, and I'm not quite there yet. My number 6 reason is so that I can shop at any store, so that I can go into any clothing store and know that I'm going to be able to find an outfit or whatever it is. And I don't go shopping a lot, but I'm just ready. I am ready to be able to just go shopping and buy an outfit. Or even more than that, I am ready to be to a point where I buy an outfit and it's something that I could wear for the next 5 years, and stopping this up and down and like all around thing. So I'm very excited for that stability in size and being able to shop anywhere. The last thing on my list is similar. I want to be able to wear my wedding ring. My hands and things are very small. My ring size, I think we got married, was like a 4.5, and it's an 8 now. So still have a long way to go, and I just want to be able to wear my wedding ring, you know, like that will be a happy day. Those are my reasons why. They are not all created equal. There are some that are most important. Like, to me, having children and being less at risk are the 2 most important. I could care less about clothes. really. But that is one of the whys. I could care less about riding roller coasters in relation to the others, if that makes sense. But, can you see Chipper? Chippy, what you doing? You just hopping in the video? You still in the show? You just hopping in my video? Oh, does Boo Boo want in the video? He just wants attention. Next up is weigh-in Wednesday. And so I just wanted to share a weight update. Today I weighed in at 298 pounds flat. And that is a loss of 1.2 pounds. So I'm very happy to be past and kind of consistently losing. I also have like a weird, it's not like an anxiety like I'm gonna gain all of the weight back or that I'm going to fail on my weight loss journey, but I'm like, going through a plateau where I'm not losing weight and trying to work through that without triggering myself and going into extremes was really difficult. And no one enjoys it. So it's not like anything profound for me to be like, it was pretty miserable, but it was pretty miserable on top of like all of the other things. So it feels like I'm just back on a consistent train, but now I have like no idea. I'm like, am I gonna plateau next week? Am I gonna plateau right now? And I don't like it. I don't like that feeling. So hopefully as the weeks go, I'll gain more confidence in that I will go through plateaus. Plateaus will not come all of the time. And I think just getting my mind right where that's concerned is a good thing for me to do. Let's talk about how am I going to continue to lose weight. I have gotten through this plateau. I honestly thought once I started losing weight again that I would lose faster. I don't know why I thought that, but that was my hope, was that I would lose weight faster, and I'm not. Even still, going back to what I started the video with, you can't rush your healing. Knowing what you need to do and being able to do it are two different things. I feel last year I set forth an amazing plan for myself, and I have grown into being able to do the things in my plan better, and it's still a work in progress. So the things that I'm going to do are very similar to the exact things that I did last year when I made the video starting my weight. I am going to practice tracking my food. Last year I was very excited and I was gonna track everything. I probably tracked my food 30, maybe 40% of the time. It is a struggle for me to track without being triggered. And so then the answer could be like, well, just don't track, but that doesn't work for me either. So I changed this objective. Instead of tracking, I'm gonna track everything. I am going to practice tracking and get better. So instead of tracking 30 to 40% of what I eat, I wanna track 80% of what I eat. I wanna track most days of the week, most days of the month, as opposed to struggling and not doing that. So tracking is so important, and I think equally important is recognizing what is triggering you and treating yourself like you're someone to contend with and trying to figure out what you need to be successful. That's what I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to continue to work with myself to figure out what I need to do to not feel triggered and continue to progress. So figuring out that balance is different for every single person, and the peace of mind that I have for doing it the way that I have is just incredible. I feel so strong. I feel so capable, and I know this year I will be more successful than last year. Number 2, I want to strength train 4 days a week. I want to do yoga as often as possible, typically like 4 to 6 times a week. And I want to walk every single day. The amount of walking that I do may vary, but I want to walk every day a few miles for at least like 30 minutes to an hour every day. I think that that's fair. I think that that's doable. And I think that this looks a lot better than my plan last year. My number 3, the third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drink a gallon of water a day. I want to try for the entire next 365 days to drink a gallon of water a day. And some people may be like, that's too much. It's not too much for me. I sweat a lot, and here I sweat so much. Staying properly hydrated is important, and a gallon or more, typically I drink a little bit more than a gallon of water a day, is very healthy and it makes me feel very good. So that is my number 3. The number 4 thing that I'm going to do is continue to share weekly reports. And most of the time that will include a weigh-in. Without getting too technical, I'm going to continue to share a weekly weigh-in, and I am also going to share how many miles and what physical activity I did, if I was successful at tracking my food. I think that that's going to be a key and helpful for anyone watching to know, was I able to, did I, how did it make me feel, and things like that. So that is the 4th thing. And the 5th thing that I'm going to do is no mid-month changes. I flirted with the idea of making this quarterly, no quarterly changes. My hesitation is I'm not going to wait 3 months to change if I'm plateau, which I mean, I guess I've been plateauing for 3 months. So maybe that would work. I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Should I not allow myself to make changes for 3 months, or should I stick to 1 month? I feel like 1 month has been good. Sometimes, like with this plateau and stuff, plateauing has made me, which at first I was too stressed, but then once we got here and got a little settled and I still wasn't losing, it was a little frantic. Like, what do I do? Do I like half my calories? Do I like go crazy? And then I had to calm myself down, and I just kind of pressed forward. So let me know what you think. I'm leaning towards quarterly, setting a quarterly plan and sticking to it. So for 3 months, do the same things. No, let me know. What are your thoughts down below? Now, I want to go back to you can't rush your healing. I think it's so interesting that I knew all of the things that I needed to do to be successful. And in my mind, I was doing them. And I did do them. But it looks different now. Me doing the same things now looks different because doing it, I've built this foundation. I've built this strength. I've built this certainty. And so it's not just hope. Last year, I made my plan and it was built on hope. Now it's built on hope and a foundation of having that growth, that stability. And I think that that's pretty powerful. I still have things to grow through. I still have things to heal. I still have to be very cognizant of my level of stress and anxiety. I have to be very thoughtful about what is too much, because what I've noticed about myself is that when things are too much, and I feel like I did a really good job of doing this the past year and it's made me stronger. But when things are too much, I have a tendency to not do anything. Managing triggers, staying on track. It's gonna be a good year. I feel more capable. I am more capable. And I am proud of the work that I have put in and the progress that I have made. And I am excited for the work I will put in and for the progress that I am going to make this year. And I'm excited to share it with you. This year has been very powerful for me. I am not at this point where I'm this ideal version of myself. Like, I don't look like I want to look, or I envision in my mind that I could. And it's amazing to me at the things I allow myself to do now, as opposed to waiting for that future version of myself who's somehow more worthy of life than I am now. I am living my healthiest, happiest life right now. I love my life. And it makes me emotional because I didn't know that I could enjoy my life and not look the way that I wanted to look. This has been my whole life. My whole life, it's been this battle of trying to look some way that I've never even looked. So I've never really allowed myself to just be the way that I am now. I'm not saying I've never been happy, but I am so happy. And it's just, it's pretty powerful. I love you. I love you guys so very much. And I'm so grateful for your love, encouragement, support on my journey. Thanks for letting me share my thoughts. And again, you can't rush your healing. Whatever you have to go through, you have to go through, and getting the help that we need, whether that's a counselor, it is a dietitian, a nutritionist, trainers. If we can't afford that, finding other means like by the library or internet. But figuring out what we need and working slowly but consistently through the things that we need to work through it brings peace and it brings magic. And I'm very, very happy. If you would like to subscribe to follow along on my journey, click that subscribe button, ding the bell to be notified, and I will see you next time.